Hello and welcome to IB Talking. This is Josie
and Megan,
and today we are recognizing outstanding staff who support students on the daily. The Peoria Resilience Program is having us honor and interview these exceptional individuals so we can get to know them a little better. Trusted adults, such as the people we will be interviewing, have such an impact on students.
For example, having trusted adults within school staff can reduce mental health issues in children by 53%. The nominees featured on this podcast cannot be thanked enough for their outstanding efforts. Now, without further delay, let's get to know Malisa and why she is a nominated staff member. Hi, Malisa. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. It's Monday, you know.
It's Monday, yes.
Yes.
Did you do anything fun for Mother's Day?
You know what? My daughter graduated college over the weekend.
Where'd she go?
She graduated from Wisconsin Whitewater with a bachelor in criminology. So,
Awesome.
Yeah, she's gonna
Big weekend.
Yeah, it was
Holy
great.
moly.
So, whole family got to be together. So, it was a great time.
Well, can you walk us through a day in your life as a secretary at Ridgeview?
Yes. So, you never have the same day twice, which is fantastic. I've been a secretary for 14 years, 12 years at Ridgeview. Never had the same day twice. I joke that our job is smiling, data entry, and other duties as assigned. Our kids and parents are outstanding, as is our staff. It's just a pleasure to be part of the day-to-day chaos. There are obviously specific job duties that we have. There's reporting and attendance. But the really fun stuff is the interaction with our students, our staff, and our families. So a day in the life. Our students start arriving at 7:25. So
boy.
Right around 7:20, we start to have kids in the office, dropping off things, parents coming, dropping off things. Billy forgot his lunch. Susie forgot her backpack. Didn't realize it was pajama day today. Here's a change of clothes for my child. All kinds of chaos happens. And then things settle down. We have the best subs in the district. They're fantastic. They will answer texts late at night or very early in the morning. So I'm very grateful for our subs.
So where did you work before you worked at Ridgeview?
Oh, gosh. I was a stay-at-home mom. I got to stay home with my kids for 13 years.
Oh, nice.
And then I felt that it was time for me to go help in other ways. My kids have gone through the Dunlap district, so they were elementary at Wilder Weight, so started volunteering on the PTO there. I always appreciated time in the office, had very positive interactions with the building secretary there. Her name was Shelley, so Shelley was all things to all people, so that was sort of an inspiration. But when my kids got to be a little older, didn't need me as much at home, I felt that I could contribute more somewhere. A position opened up within the district for office assistant for elementary buildings. So that's how I started. That was back in 2010. I was lucky enough to be hired on as a building secretary in 2012 at Wilder, and that's where at Ridgeview, and that's where I've been. So
Nice. So you said you had an inspiration named Shelley?
Shelley Densberger. She was the secretary at my children's elementary school at Wilder. Todd Jefferson was our principal there, so he's who I work for. But Shelley was just a light. She always thought of others. Sometimes when parents come in, they're maybe not in the best mood. Sometimes when our kids come in, they're not in the best mood. And she was always very thoughtful of what might be taking place in their lives that might cause them to be upset or withdrawn. So I learned a lot from her. I also learned a lot from all of the other staff members I've been lucky enough to be around. Our building principal, Mr. Jefferson, is very much that way. There's always a reason why communication is being presented the way it does. So it's just nice to be able to look beyond what we see and think that know that there's more.
Nice. Yeah. How would you handle parents or children being upset coming into the office yourself?
So that's one of my favorite things to do. All behavior is a form of communication. So when our kids come in and they're not talking and their arms are crossed and they're just crying, you want to sit down with them and settle down and let's breathe a little bit. Why don't you tell me why you're here? Are you not feeling well? Did you make a poor choice in class? Does something hurt? Are you upset? So it's just nice to be able to be part of that calm down process. Once our kiddos calm down, they do start communicating a little more. I did have a bad morning. I didn't have breakfast, or I didn't bring the right shoes, or
Right.
there's always a reason. Same thing with our parents. They, our kids and our parents and our staff, we carry heavy things. We have to recognize that
Right.
they're carrying something very heavy and they're not able to maybe communicate in the most pleasant way, and that's okay. So when we have parents who are upset or angry, it is nice to sit and just chat with them. What can I do to help? Or a lot of times they just want to share some frustrations that are taking place that have nothing to do with school, and that's okay. Sometimes they just need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
So I'm always happy to do that.
Having that smiling face and someone just to be able to like break things down and slow things down is really helpful, and it does make a huge impact on students. As we said, 53% of mental health issues are helped because people like you are in the offices. What have you noticed kids needing more support with nowadays compared to when you were a kid?
Oh my gosh, well, I was a kid a million years ago. I've noticed now, especially since the pandemic, the social emotional skills. Our kids need more support in those areas. Little things like talking about feelings and recognizing when we're upset. It's okay to be upset.
Right.
That's a good thing. Let's recognize why we're upset. So I feel like those are areas that are different now than they were when I was a kid a million years ago. When you go to school and you're in a bad mood, sometimes that sets the tone for the whole day. So you just need that reset. And sometimes that upset point happens in midday, and then again, you need a reset. Teaching kiddos to recognize how they're feeling, know that they're okay and they're safe, and then reset. I feel like that's something that I'm seeing more and more and more as time goes by. Kiddo, I have a hole in my pants. Okay, we can fix that. Tell me why this is bothering you. Well, there's a hole in my knee and somebody made fun of me and I'm upset because of it. Okay, I can see how that would be bothersome. Let's talk about that.
So how would you cope with stress?
That is a very good question. I feel like at the end of the day, I always want to reflect on what took place, how I could have helped differently, and then you just try to let it go. My favorite thing to do when I relax is to just be outside and listen to music and just chill out. Just the stress that you carry with, I'm not great at letting it go. I'm great at analyzing it and figuring out ways to be better about it. But those kiddos that are struggling at home, you don't ever put that down.
Right.
The parents that that are struggling, they stay with you. I think knowing you do the best you can with what you have helps, but I don't think that stress goes away.
Right.
And if you guys have suggestions on how to do that, hit me.
No, but I think your process of like analyzing everything and being able to fully understand the situation and how to be better and help other people be better about it is a great way to go and cope with stress. How you helping your elementary schoolers or your parents do that is really helpful for them. What gives some advice to yourself to keep pushing you forward to become the person you've become today?
Just have grace, do what you feel is right, and keep going forward.
Nice. I mean, hey, sometimes just stuff like that is what people really need to hear.
Simple is the route to go.
Right. Did you have any support staff at your school that inspired you as a kid?
Oh, when I was in school, our elementary was K-8. It was just home. I was there all 9 years, and everybody there was just loving, and that was always a safe place to be.
Right.
I want our kids to have that as well. School should always be a safe place. Knowing that there are adults available to turn to if you ever needed help.
That was great
Thank you.
advice.
Thank you for listening to the Handle with Care podcast. We hope this episode gave you a better understanding of what students and staff may be going through and ways to support them.
Remember, you never know what the person next to you is going through.
If this episode resonated with you and you need resources but are not quite sure where to find them, they are located on the same page as this podcast.